I'm talking sad.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we do need more furniture in here, don't we?
Here. Here. I got it.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
I'm doing it.
Did she telegram you?
Yep.
Did she say?
Just a brief explanation of what's going on, why they did what they did, in a way. Not too much detail. She's just worried about you. But I don't want to talk about that right now. That is long, long conversation. I just wanted to see you and make sure you were doing all right, as far as you could be, I suppose.
Yeah, no. I'm pretty pissed off.
I can understand that. I don't know what to say about it. It's bullshit, that's for sure. But they did the only thing they thought they could do to save you.
No. No, they didn't.
All right, explain then.
Okay. Well, first off, what would you do?
I don't know, keep my mouth shut.
No, like, what would you do if I lost my memory, right?
Mm-hmm.
What would you do? Do you do the same thing? Get me arrested? Put me in prison?
No,
Right. Now, if you were to do that, would you try anything else first?
I don't know. It depends. Like, how much time would I have to think? What could I do?
Well, from when I first told Opie to when I was told to go in the sheriff's office, it was less than 20 minutes.
That's not very much time.
No. They found out that I lost my memory. And then we were like talking, and midway through talking, Opie walked away to go talk to Zoe. And, well, yeah, that's where I'm assuming it happened.
I don't know who Zoe is, so you're gonna have to fill me
Deputy.
in on that. Oh, okay.
So they didn't do the only thing they thought they could.
What
Or
else?
If they would have immediately came up and said that they were worried, I would have dropped the whole thing immediately.
And then what? Then what would you have done?
Well, we want to be in prison.
I I must be missing something here. What happened?
Okay. So we had like a serious conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Afterwards, they start fighting. They start fist fighting. So we all start fighting. I got hit really hard to where I got stitches.
Oh God.
And when I came to, Opie was just shaking me. So I fucked with him. Told him that I didn't know who he was. I acted as if I was still Butler, walking around. And he Jinx was, I think, taking a piss or something. I don't know. But he didn't really follow me, so I just walked up the street. I got changed. I got my butler outfit on and started walking, saying Alaric needs me. Making him think I was still butler.
Okay.
They rode by the house, and then I, assumed that they were gone. I looked up and down. I thought maybe they left. Going back to telegrams, I think I changed back into my regular clothes out of the butler thing. Changed into my regular clothes. I heard California arguing with the law, so I sat down and just started listening to see what information California would give. Then they came back and they were talking to me, and Opie said something, but then he noticed Zoe, and he just walked up and started talking to her. And so Jinx followed him, so I just walked away. Well, I went up on the roof and I just watched, and I saw like Opie and Jinx take like Zoe to the side and start talking to her. And then I went down and I was at the telegrams and I went to go like run across the street because I telegrammed Opie. Again, last part of the joke, not knowing that what he just did to Zoe. And I telegram Opie saying, "Oh, I found the 7, or I bought a Guarma ticket for 7," just fucking with him a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when Zoe said, "Hey, we need to talk to you. We'll get a doctor, but we need to go talk at the sheriff's station."
Well, wait. You weren't under arrest or anything before that?
No,
So they just
they
told
just
her?
did it. They just, huh?
So okay, no, I'm starting to understand now. So they just
They just told her. I wasn't under arrest. I talked to like 5 deputies that day. Not a single one of them asked me anything about anything. And next thing you know, Zoe's like saying we need to go to the sheriff office and we need to talk to the sheriff office. So I say, okay. And I go up to Opie and I say, why is she saying I'm going to the sheriff, like I have to go to the sheriff office? Like, why is she saying that? He's like, well, I told her you're wanted.
uh,
And so I walked up and then just the questioning started. And next thing you know, I caught myself almost lying. Well, I caught myself lying. Like I got caught in my own lie essentially. So I just started telling the truth, and I told Zoe everything about the murder.
so everything was fine. Everything was fine, and then
I was fucking
he
with them because he shook me awake, and he decided to take that. And within 20 minutes, I'm being arrested. I wasn't already being arrested, and he told them to get a light sentence. Nothing like that. Like he is the sole reason why I got arrested.
well, I guess I made an ass out of myself for assuming, because
Like,
that's not, yeah, that's not okay.
right,
That's really not okay.
right.
I don't even know what to say to that now. That's not what I was thinking happened, and I mean, I don't see how doing that, like, maybe it would temporarily save you from Daza, but not in the long run.
No,
It wasn't worth it.
no. And now I'm not a the butler thing's gone. My identity, I'm now gonna be, every time they hear my voice, I'm gonna be just associated with a crime. All of that over because of a 20-minute joke. And Opie was pissed and blamed me and then said that he doesn't want to, he's never coming back, and that he's never gonna, ride with me or anything again, that he's done with the family. And so, I went and talked to Jinx, and Jinx started blaming me and saying it's your fault for faking that. You shouldn't have faked that. Like, it's your fault. Opie, that she, is gonna do the same thing Opie's gonna do. And
Right.
so I told her, all right, well then, I said, well, I said something to respond. She's like, oh, so now that's it. You're just leaving. I was like, that's what Opie said. Opie's the one that decided that he was leaving. And I know if he goes, you go. And so, and then in Sisika, I say, are we going to talk about this? And they said, no, there's nothing to talk about. And me and Opie got in a screaming match. And so we fought each other. And then I beat the shit out of Opie. And I almost walked up and stomped on his fucking neck. And Jinx stood between me and Opie. And right when that happened, a deputy came up. And I said, I might as well tell you what happened because he's going to anyway.
Oh, God.
I wanted to telegram everybody. Let everyone know, do not trust Opie.
Right.
But no, there's some stupid fucking part of me that still cares about them.
Of course there is. You spent a lot of time together. You've been through a lot. I I can't understand what they were thinking. Why would the first thought be to go to the deputies instead of finding a doctor or
Right.
something like that?
Right. If that was you, I would just say, look, you don't know me, but you are, you're not safe. You need to, just stay safe until a doctor tells you okay to go. Try anything. They went straight to telling the law.
Mm-hmm. No, that is an extremely unnecessary escalation.
Right.
And it's ruined a lot for you.
Yeah. Yeah, and then when that comes out that I'm not a butler, they're gonna start looking at every bank job that Opie and Jinx were at. I guarantee you, I'm wanted within the next few days for everything I've done. Someone's going to dig into that case. The moonshine shit, we're gonna get probably charged with that if they think of that.
How can they be so stupid?
I don't think it was stupid. I really don't think it was Opie being stupid. I think he just was pissed off enough to do that, and he had the excuse to. I think legitimately that's what that was.
I don't know. I don't I I don't know what to say. All I can say is I'm sorry.
Yeah, me too. And then they have the fucking nerve. They said, "Oh, well, you did it right after we had like a very serious talk." Oh, then why were you two immediately into fighting? The whole reason why I woke up is not because of a serious talk. It was because we got in a fist fight and we were all fighting and fucking around because the serious shit was over.
Mm-hmm. It's what usually happens. It, it's like that conversation. I mean, I feel bad now for chastising you over it because we had that conversation with Tony yesterday, but it seems they're the ones who forgot it, not you. Because they essentially just threw you to the wolves.
Right.
Well, God damn it! Now I'm pissed in a different way. I was all geared up to have some talks and everything like that, and now I'm confused and very upset.
Yeah, so am I. And so was I. I didn't get how it could be fucking at most 30 minutes. At the very fucking most.
Mm-hmm.
And no, not really a conversation. I don't think I talked to Jinx once before I was in the cell after the fist fight.
I should have grabbed her telegram so I could have read it to you. It was very long. She had one of the guards dictate it, I guess. She didn't reveal any major information. So.
Doesn't matter if they did. They already did do that.
That's true. That's true. It doesn't matter. But her telegram, she's very worried about you. And
She has
but
no right to be. She has no right to be worried about me after defending him for what he did. I get it, you're fucking, but that doesn't mean you go full on fucking stupid.
mm-hmm.
There's no
No,
excuse for either of them.
no, there was no reason to go to the law. It really does put a different perspective on things.
Right. And think about if anyone found out. Anyone that they
Opie would,
ride with at night.
no, Opie would, he'd be fucked. And
Right.
then Jinx would be too.
Right.
No one's gonna trust them if they.
They don't understand that I can legitimately just get them killed. And they're still treat me like they don't need me and that, you know, that they didn't just do what the fuck they just did.
Right. I mean, obviously, in their eyes, they think they did well. I don't know about Opie's, but Jinx, she's she's gonna think he did right because he's
Oh
her
no,
husband.
they both think they did right. They both
Mm.
are they both completely blame me for all three of them going to prison. Do you know why the other two went to prison? Opie got caught on purpose because he found out Jinx was going.
Oh my god.
And Jinx is blaming me for Opie getting arrested. Because if I would have never played the joke, Opie wouldn't be arrested. Now one of them is giving a shit about the you know, all the money I had in my bank account. Neither of them are giving a shit about uh the fucking Butler thing being gone. They don't give a shit. They don't care.
No, there's definite difference between the actions taken.
Right.
At an extremely large difference.
Right.
A joke is a joke. It was harmless. You weren't hurting anyone. And then they went and did. That is a much more serious offense, what they did. That's fucked. Now I get it. I don't know what I'm gonna do now.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to get shit changed. They don't trust they're not going to come out and try to take whatever they can. They truly don't give a shit about us. Not truly. Maybe they think they did, but they don't. Not if it was so easy to come to the conclusion that... And now, this is where things are iffy. Because Zoe was saying that it was the deputies at the sheriff office or at the telegram office that recognized me. One, I wasn't recognized at all today.
Mm-hmm.
At all. Until Opie went up and talked to Zoe, I was not, no law stopped me. Everyone said hi, Ernie, like they normally do. So it's not that they didn't recognize me. It's that there was no reason to. And then after Zoe said to me, like, I'll get the doctor to come in the sheriff's office, I went up to Opie and I said, why the fuck is she telling me that I have to go to the sheriff's office? Like, what did you do? And he literally said, I told them that you were wanted. And then so when we were in the interrogation room with me, Jinx, and Zoe and all them, Jinx and Zoe are like, oh no, someone else did it. And I was like, okay, then explain to me why Opie said I was wanted. Like that he told him I was wanted. He's like, no, see, I think you just think that because the other, and I was like, no, you don't understand. When I went and asked Opie, why does she want to speak to me in the sheriff's office? He looked at me and said, because I told her you were wanted. Why would he say that if it wasn't him that told you guys? So maybe he didn't tell them I'm the one that killed Amanda, but he definitely told them that I was wanted.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if he said the crime or not. He
Right,
pointed a finger at you.
right. That's what I wrote in there. It's hard. I don't even know, one, if I can forgive them, or two, or one, if I can even forget it, because I'll never forget it, or two, if I can even forgive them if, you know, sometime down the, like, how do I ever, what if you get fucking a concussion and they deem you not safe? Are you next to go to Siska because they deemed it you're not safe unless you go to prison?
Hmm.
As if prison is going to stop Daza.
Not just that, but sending you to such a place as Sisika. That's just, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, because Siska screams safety.
Right,
Apparently to Jinx and Opie.
and you'll eventually get out. He'll just be waiting for you. What's the difference?
Why not fucking lock me inside this room and wait for a doctor to come check me?
Mm-hmm.
Why was their first fucking thought, here, let's go to fucking jail. Let's send him to jail. Let's get him arrested and send him to jail. I thought they were. I wanted them to leave the sheriff office so I can explain to them, I can explain to the sheriffs that, you know, what they had. Like, I would have been able to lie out of it, but then sure as shit, they hang around to the point to where Jinx gets interrogated too. So then once Jinx is interrogated, I have to tell the truth because I don't know what she's saying. And
Right.
Opie's already the one that snitched on me to come here in the first place. So who knows what she's going to say. So at least I could fucking tell the truth and not look like a piece of shit. Maybe get
Right.
some fucking time off. And they still sat there, and Opie blamed me for telling the truth in the interrogation. When I got arrested, he's like, well, why did you tell the truth? Oh, I don't know. Maybe because you snitched on me, and then your or your wife was in the next room over. Probably doing the fucking same thing in my head. It's just a shit show. It's a fucking shit show.
It is. And there's no fault on you for him to get upset about you telling the truth and trying to lessen your own situation that he put you in. That doesn't that doesn't
I
make
didn't even
sense.
snitch on her. I literally
No,
told
no.
the truth of what happened too. If
Right.
anyone, technically, you could say I snitched on Dowza because I told them about the one-on-one gunfight I had with Dowza.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't to save time. It's I was giving them the full fucking truth.
I mean, again, he put you in that position. He can't be mad at you for that. That's just ridiculous and extremely hypocritical of him.
Oh yeah, no. I'm getting blamed for Jinx. I'm getting blamed by him for Jinx getting arrested. I'm being blamed by her for him getting arrested. On top of everything else, as if I made them stay around the sheriff. If they would have just walked, they should have done it. They should have fucking told Zoe, and they should have walked away. It would have been a whole lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been out of it. I would have gotten myself out of it. But they did everything to the point to where I was forced to go to jail.
Right.
If Jinx wasn't there, I would have been able to lie. I would have been able to lie my ass off through that interrogation.
Ernie, I'm sorry. I'm so in shock that they did that to you. And I was coming here with my mind in a completely different place, and now hearing that, I'm I'm so
So you
disappointed.
thought I was already arrested.
Yeah, I just assumed, because why else would they talk to the deputies?
Right.
I thought that you were being held because of something that I don't know. Just something happened that got you caught, and that you were claiming memory loss, and there was a big misunderstanding, and that's why they stepped in to try and prevent. I don't know. I don't know what they were trying to prevent, but that's what I thought was happening.
No.
Not that they were the reason why you were there.
Right.
That's that's just some that's just some messed up bullshit.
I know. I know.
And
I know.
now I completely understand. I don't know. I feel bad. I just assumed that
Don't
this was
feel
another.
bad. There's a lot of fucking shit happening. Feeling bad is. I don't. I don't blame you for not, knowing the whole piece.
Well, and your solution is to what? To go face off with Daza tomorrow?
Yeah,
Why?
because our group got cut in half. And now it's going to be me and you versus 6. Either way, I die. At least this way, you don't die with me.
I'd rather that.
No, I wouldn't. Why? Why both of us? There's no reason it should be both of us.
Ernie, if something happens to you, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm still sorting things out in my head and in my heart right now, because there's just so much going on. But if if something happens to you, I've got nothing.
Not true. Have
2 rats?
no Barnes.
I don't know Barnes. Barnes
Yeah,
is your
but
friend.
you like Melody,
Yeah, I get along with her. I don't know her very
and Barnes
well.
will provide you protection.
I'd rather you do that.
So do I. And I hope I'm able to do it forever. But this problem that Jinx and I have found ourselves in, I am now the one that has to clean up the mess and they get off scot-free. Kaza doesn't give a shit about Jinx. The second he finds out I'm the one that pulled the trigger, they're not even gonna be hunted. People are gonna forget about Jinx. She's gonna go back to charming people, and LP will probably go back to Guarma. Help out with the Guarma shit. Both of them got free. They both been to prison. That's not new to them. Their lives don't get affected, not even in the slightest.
And yet here you are again, taking it on for everyone else.
Yep. I want to telegram Callie saying just, you know what, fuck him. Friend that letter. He wants to hurt them, let him. They're the ones that are going to get caught being stupid. You know where they were? You know where they telegrammed me from today?
Where?
Armadillo.
No.
Yeah. And
Even
then
I know better than to go out there myself.
and then Opie gives me shit for having a meeting with California too long at Quaker's Cove. I said, when you guys went to Armadillo, did you have a boat? Did you have horses? Did you have more than 3 ways to escape if he saw horses? We approached on boat so that we could get the backside of Thieves Landing. What we did was I told California I'm selling him the gold. He said, okay, I'll be in Thieves Landing for 30 minutes. I said, okay. I went, picked him up on a boat, then brought him and Finn by boat to Quaker's Cove to sell him the gold there. So even if California did tell everyone where he was at, they would go and ambush us at Thieves Landing and not even know about the boat. And if I did see an ambush coming, we would just get in our boat and leave. By the time they got a boat or got to shoot shots off, we would already be too far. And I got the boat with cover. I thought of every fucking detail, and he still gave me shit for that when he sent a telegram from Armadillo. Because they had to turn in a job to Armadillo. Don't fucking take the job. It tells you where it's going. When you see the West, deal with it. No, even if you got $500 for a 10-minute job, that's not worth the money it would take if they were caught out there by themselves. Then
No, I
at Emerald
completely agree.
Ranch, they're talking about the murder and shit to a train conductor that they
What?
just didn't notice was sitting there. Yes. They were just talking freely about murder and, you know, shooting somebody and robbing someone else. And I said, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, do you not see this guy here? And they're like, oh, that's a local. And I'm like, no, it's not. And started talking to the guy. Turns out he's trained. He's a train conductor. They just start laughing. If that was me and I did that and got Jinx arrested for that, what would Opie do?
He'd probably kill you.
He'd lose his fucking mind for being so careless.
Mm-hmm.
All those things happened today, including him going to the fucking law to save me from Daza.
And in the end, that didn't work anyway.
Right. What was it gonna do? I mean, for that night?
Nothing. Nothing. Yeah,
Right.
exactly. You eventually were going to be released, and he'd still just be waiting for you.
Right.
I don't want to hate him, but it's getting kind of hard to not hate him.
Right. And now you're in the exact mood I am. Because you really don't want to hate them. You want to think it was a mistake. But it's just all those mistakes that if it was me, I would be getting the shit on the stick. And no matter what happens, I'm already outnumbered 2-1. I already am fighting against an army that there's fucking Jinx can watch Opie shoot me in the fucking head. And Jinx would get mad at me for bleeding on the floor. That's how that the dynamic works.
Right.
It's not of love, it's of stupidity.
It's obsession.
Right.
Because even if you love someone, you have to have some sense about you.
Right. They're gonna get they're gonna why should I go to California? Why should I take that bullet from Daza when those dumb fucks are gonna get themselves killed anyways within a week? They're
Right.
gonna start a war with the ranch and just be those two. It's like what sucks is if this whole thing didn't happen with Amanda, we would be good to go with the Barnes right now. We'd be
Hmm.
we'd be riding with Barnes. But because of Blaze, Barnes is out of the question. So now it's truly we are alone.
Barnes stepped away from you?
No, but Barnes can't. We can't join Barnes's gang. Blaze
I. Mm.
is absolutely. Blaze wouldn't fight Daza, and I wouldn't make any. I wouldn't join a gang with the problems that we have. They need to
Mm.
be settled somewhat first.
Right.
We need to. There's a few people I talked to today out of Van Horn that might be help. Tom and Rackham. You know Tom already. Rackham I met in Van Horn, and then I met another guy. The guy that I sold the bonds to, which is pointless because the money's gone now. But the one good thing is Jinx made me buy my gems back. So at least I got some of that cash put into gems. They're buying a cart, and they got so upset that I gave them so much shit for buying a cart. They're spending $6,000 on a cart so that they can earn more money for the fight. I'm like, we
What?
won't spend $6,000 in this entire war. If you got 6,000 for the cart, that will fund everything we need.
Yeah, there's only 4 of us.
Right. But they keep customizing each other's guns. They keep getting them they keep buying each other navies and Lancasters and Litchfields and getting them all customized and all made up nicely.
Hmm.
That's what they go out when they say that they're working for the family. That's what they're going out and doing, is buying their own guns with it. Every penny of... Do I have nice guns? No.
Mm.
Because all of my money is legitimately going to buying ammo for everybody. The cash I had left over from the bank, I split with everybody to go get what they needed done. The only thing I kept was the gems. The golden bonds I sold today, literally to get the funds to use for the war. To buy a bunch of crates of ammo. I was going to put them in here, literally. But then fucking Opie gets all pissy that Jinx is, trying to fight a fight. This is what the conversation was before I faked my memory. I had to pull them to the side because Opie was watching Jinx from across the street in Valentine and not doing anything, not going up, not approaching. And Jinx was pushing some guy to beat the shit out of her or to shoot her or something. So that happened in Valentine. I don't know about either one. I knew Opie was across the street. I was like, just go up to her. And he's like, well, she walked off with him without me. So she obviously wants private talk. I was like, I've known you two literally a week. And I know for a fact she would not do anything without you by her side.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, Jinx, would Opie have been able to come up and stand there and listen without anything? She's like, of course. And then I told Jinx she was stupid for trying to push someone to fight her. That was the conversation. And then, I made sure that they both learned a fucking lesson there. And the fist fighting started. So then she's like, oh, you took such a everything Opie confessed to you about how he feels, and you took that to fake an injury. I faked an injury because you guys started fist fighting, which immediately takes away any seriousness of a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So when you guys start fist fighting, it's play fighting. What's different than play fighting than telling a joke? Nothing.
It's honestly less the
Right.
joke.
It's just fucking everything that comes out of their mouth is legitimately the exact way a normal fucking human being thinks. It's the exact opposite.
Hmm.
I want to read what she sent you.
Okay, we can go if you want.
Okay. We can read this, then if you're tired, you can lay your head. I'm sure you weren't expecting this to be the fucking news that came out. How
No,
much shit
not
were you going
really.
to yell at me for, huh?
I wasn't gonna yell at you
You
per
weren't
se. I
going to
was
give
gonna.
me any shit.
I was gonna yell at all of you. I was very upset.
What is it? Stop giving me money.
Take it. I did a bunch of work tonight.
That's
I made.
yours. Keep it. You keep it. I have 500 cash. That's enough to get me supplies. Okay? If you want to do anything with it, put it in your bank. Start putting that shit away. And, you know, there may be a day I need to ask for 200, but today's just worry about you right now, okay?
Hmm.
I promise if I need it, I will not shy away from it.
I wouldn't expect you to, honestly. I'm I'm very disappointed right now.
Your best bet to making any sense of this is having a conversation with Jinx first.
I plan on it.
Huh?
I said I plan on it.
She'll talk to you and actually consider what you're saying if it's just you two. If Opie's there, she's going to defend him, defend him, defend him.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know, because I literally see the switch when it gets turned on and off with her. And switching when Opie's around first when he's not.
Do you just want me to give you the telegram?
Yeah.
I don't know if you could get angrier than you already are, but you have to promise not to get any
I
more
can't.
angry at
I
her.
can't. I can't. I can't promise anything because I might just read this and lose my
Read
fucking mind.
read more than just the first paragraph.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this, even if she put I love Ernie to death and I don't want anything bad to happen, I'm only worried about his safety. That's gonna piss me off more than anything else.
Oh boy. Maybe I shouldn't have given you that.
If you don't want her to know that I read it, I will not tell her I read it. So whatever I read from here, I'll hold back. I'll hold my tongue.
How about you read it first and then I'll make that decision? At the moment, there's a lot of issues with this, but I'm actually a bit more worried about what's going to happen tomorrow.
I really am about to telegram California saying burn that letter. But I need you to know the second I do that, it means they're being hunted.
What? Oh, the one. Oh.
I told
Oh.
California to tell Dawes I'll meet him one-on-one, or I'll meet with him for him to shoot me, as long as he keeps everyone else safe.
Have you thought of talking to Barnes about this? He'd probably be the better one
Yeah, but I would
rather
have to
than
go meet
me.
with him right now, and I'm tired.
True.
Don't we read it out loud so you know what part I'm on?
You don't have to, but if you want to, feel free.
I don't mind.
Go ahead.
He's going to hand himself over to Daza. I don't know how to stop it. I don't know what happened. I think Opie and Ernie got into another fight, and Ernie faked memory loss. Due to the situation we were in, Opie panicked, told Law that Ernie was a butler for Alaric, had recently lost memory, and was in danger of being hunted by people and possibly wanted. Deputies at the telegram office also clocked Ernie and knew he was wanted. What? I didn't see any other deputies. There's no other deputies. They were all talking to California when they went up and interrupted. So it really didn't make that much of a difference. She's 100% lying to you. I think him and I were wanted for questioning over Amanda. Something to do with what we said to Goldie and possibly that William guy. Didn't know what else to do. Opie does love and care for Ernie. Bull fucking shit. As much as he might think he doesn't. She is so fucking ignorant. I agree with Opie doing this. I agreed with Opie doing this. I really couldn't think of a better solution. Couldn't have him roaming the streets, having the barbarians ride up on him, him not having a clue of what's going on and get killed. They couldn't stay with me?
Right.
What does any of this even mean? We thought the best thing was that he recovered in Siska and got his memory back. They have good doctors here, and if they knew he was in danger, they could keep him away from other prisoners. Tired, Mom, so tired. Don't want anyone to die. Don't want to lose my family, but I can't keep doing this. Agreed. Apparently telegram people to meet Dowsa once he's out of prison. I don't think he's going to listen to either of us anymore. Please help.
Your thoughts?
I don't I can't, I don't know how. I don't know how to take this because either they are that stupid.
I feel like they are. They're so obsessed with each other that sensibilities come last.
Can't have that around us.
Hmm. Not if it results in things like this. I'm gonna talk to her. I'm not going to talk to Opie. I don't think I can. But I'm going to talk to her at least.
I think it's tomorrow, either tomorrow or Monday. That won't be around, but then I know he's gonna be around from like all week. There is a day, either tomorrow or the next day, that he is not gonna be around. That is your time to talk to her.
I mean, you can't postpone the meeting with Daza.
There's not so I telegram California,
Mm-hmm.
and California I'm assuming was already in bed by then. I haven't gotten
Okay.
anything back. I can literally telegram him saying forget what you read. But the second I do that, they are hunted. They go back to the. I mean, to be fair, Daza are they're probably still gonna hunt her anyways, showing how much I don't want them involved.
Mm-hmm. I also must say that after all of this, they have to learn a really hard lesson. I don't want that lesson to risk their lives, but um, they don't deserve you risking yourself all over again. Not like this. It's your life on the line. Not just some toes, not just being drugged through snow or anything like that. Don't get me wrong, that's bad. That is very bad. But, your life's final. And after what they did, I can't agree with you risking your life for them. For Jinx, maybe. She's just a foolish young girl. But not Opie. I don't know. Does that make me bad? The fact that I just at this point don't really care? That
No,
that I that I want you to telegram California and tell him to forget it?
if you tell me to, Miriam, I will. Will listen to you.
I want to know what you think. I don't want to hear it's up to me or anything like that. I want to know what you want to do.
I want to telegram him.
Then do it. If that's really what you want to do, then do it. I'll support you. As much as I love Jinx, she's just been so great to be around and everything. This was very foolish of them. Extremely foolish. And until they learn something hard, I don't think they're going to understand just how foolish it was. Clearly, since they keep placing all this blame on you. It's not hard to admit when you're wrong. I mean, it is, but what they're doing is they're skirting their blame and trying to lessen it by blaming you for other things. And it's completely unnecessary. Just say you were fucking wrong. Just say you were fucking wrong and try to move on past it however we can. If we can't, then we can't.
But they truly believe they were in the right.
That is true.
That's the problem.
No, again, that just brings me back to it. They're obsessed. They're living in this Twitter-pated springtime infatuation with each other and forgetting the severity of life. And you're the one who keeps taking the brunt of that for them and protecting that what do you call it, that false sense for them. Jinx, I don't understand why. I mean, after the history she had growing up and everything, I'm I'm very surprised by her and her neglect of the seriousness of the situation. I mean, she knows that it could be an end all for you. But again, her obsession with Opie and them just, I don't know, kicking you while you're down, essentially, blaming you for things that were unnecessary. They they really need a wake up call. Or and I mean, Daza's not going to be nice to him, and I don't want Daza to get his hands on them, but I don't want you sacrificing yourself for people who don't appreciate you as much as they should.
I just can't believe they don't see it. Like it.
They're not so much the ones with their lives on the line. After your shootout with Daza, and then the exchanges you've had with him and his people, or however that all went down, because I wasn't around for it, I just heard about it from you all. And then just with Amanda and everything, his target's going to be fully on you. She's just secondary. I know that they'll want to use her to hurt you, but not if we're not riding with them anymore.
That's the other thing. I don't think it matters. I think they're gonna think that they're not riding with me because the war, and they think that maybe we think that it won't hurt. I don't know. I don't see them not going after them. No matter what I do. And if they get Jinx, it is gonna hurt.
Hmm.
But I'm not gonna turn myself over for her. That's Opie's job.
I think that that's the precedent that they have set,
Yep.
and you're just matching their precedent. I thought that we were in a situation of sacrifice for each other.
They are with each other.
Hmm.
Not here. They get mad. It's I'm damned if I do. I'm damned if I don't. They get mad that I'm willing to take the brunt of it. But then they get mad that I take the brunt of it, and I'm trying to die. You didn't see her complain the night that I stood in front of number 2.
What happened there?
When I first walked up, Opie was hiding behind a box. I stepped between number 2 and Jinx.
Hmm.
So if he was gonna shoot, it would be me. Wouldn't it be Jinx? And then Opie gets mad at me, and Jinx comes to me and says that I shouldn't do that anymore because of how it made Opie feel.
No appreciation for you being willing to take a bullet for
Right.
her.
More
Really?
upset that, yeah, more upset that Opie was upset. Crazy, right?
It is. I really want to cling to a hope that, things can work out, but in all reality, I hate to say it, I don't know if they will.
I,
I don't know if there's any way they could make it up to you, is there?
I don't think so, no. Especially at the end of this fucking telegram, she wrote, I can't keep doing this. As if I'm the fucking problem
Hmm.
and not them. Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, it wouldn't even matter who the problem is. The fact is, you're the one who's continuously willing to sacrifice yourself for them, while they seem to only be willing to sacrifice themselves for each other.
Right.
And them just throwing you to the law like that really, really shows it. And hearing that about how she was mad at you for being willing to take a bullet for her.
I want to say she was mad, but she definitely didn't. She was definitely kind of like, don't do it again, sort of deal
Mm-hmm.
with what she was saying.
I heard bits of the conversation after it happened.
Yeah, if Opie felt that way, then he should have done it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There was a gun pointed at his woman, and he hid behind some boxes.
Right.
Even if he didn't step in front of the gun, at least coming out and catching the fellow off guard or something might have helped. I don't know. I don't know. That's. I'm getting more insight on Opie, and I don't like it. And I don't like that Jinx is with him, but she has made that decision.
They're gonna die together. Unfortunately, to their own stupidity.
Mm-hmm.
That is gonna be the reason why they die.
I don't know. I may be callous for saying it, but or selfish, really. But I think you should telegram California. Tell him to not mention it. Um,
Yeah, I'll just say I changed my mind.
yeah. Daza doesn't deserve your fucking time.
I'll say I've changed my life, or I've changed my mind. I have more shit to live for
Mm,
than those two fucking kids. Alright, I'll telegram, but I think we should both get some sleep. I'm gonna be around tomorrow. You probably won't be until later, huh? Or are you not gonna be around
mm.
tomorrow?
Oh, later, like usual.
Alright, then I'll stay safe. Talk to you when I see you. I'm not gonna really have anybody. Those people that are around earlier are Jinx's friends. So maybe we'll go out and meet new people. I don't know. But if I go out and start meeting new people, one of them could know Zaza and Telegram. So
What?
I'll just be careful. I'm gonna go
Right.
Telegram California. Wanna come with me? But
I'm gonna come with you. Perhaps you could just, sleep in? It's a nice new cozy bed.
Maybe. You know how I am sleeping in. You have to fall asleep first.
We can play triple or nothing.
Mm,
Not right now.
no, definitely not right now. You're not the only one tired tonight.
No, you've had a much more stressful day. I was angry, so I went and did a bunch of ranch work.
I was angry, so I beat the shit out of Rock. With a pickaxe.
I would imagine so. I don't really. Well, I guess I could see you out there punching a rock.
Yeah, I could definitely see myself doing that.
I'll be your rock and you can punch me. But I punch back.
I said, disregard the last telegram you received from me. I was angry and foolish and wanted to keep the kids alive.
Oh, you already sent it. Never mind.
What were you going to say?
I was gonna say that you have since noticed where some allegiances lie.
I don't want to be too specific. I don't want them to actually not get hunted. If we're being
True.
hunted, they are too. Fuck them.
True.
If I say that, then they really do get a clean slate, and it is just us that gets punished. Fuck them. They want to do everything on their own. They want to be their own fucking people. They can clean up their mess on their own.
Right.
That way I don't have to stress out when I get telegrams from fucking Armadillo.
I still can't. Melody and I were riding around last night, and I considered riding out there, and then I was like, well, it's too. They don't know who I am really. I mean, yeah, I talked to Daza, but I don't think that he'd remember me. And even then, I knew better than to ride out there. I considered it, admittedly, but I knew that it wouldn't have been the smart idea. I can't. I can't believe that those two did.
Yep. And they're just as recognized as I am.
Even more so.
This is another thing they spent money on was this recipe book.
Hmm?
This is another thing they spent money on was a recipe book.
A recipe book?
Yeah, to make apple juice, orange juice, lemonade, root beer, rum runner, Long Island iced tea, wild one punch, paint thinner, hot chocolate, and hot elf flip.
I mean, I'm not much of a cook, but I would like to see that stuff.
Yeah. You can have it.
The crate in our room has some extra ammo in it. I think maybe some bandages.
Do you get why I want to change the locks?
What was that?
How do you get why I wanted to change the locks?
Yeah,
The anger?
yeah.
I lost my Litchfield too.
Oh God, really?
Yep. I asked Zoe if I could put on my horse, and she said no. So the kids will blame me for that one too.
I don't know. I should do it. I should change the locks, but I don't. It's Jinx.
I'm not gonna be around the bush. I would not put it past them to come in here and take all this shit out of the room anyways. I was gonna go to the Thieves Landing place tonight and clear out the keys to that one too. Because there's a bunch of mash and shit in there. But honestly, if they want to risk going into Thieves and getting themselves killed for that shit, they can. I'm not gonna risk it for time.
Right. I hate this. I can't. I know I should, but I really just don't want to either. There's just a little part of me that's holding out hope, but I know that that's
Talk to Jinx. Don't make any decisions. Talk to Jinx.
okay.
Hear her out and then go from there. What you decide to do.
I'm gonna make sure I talk to her without him around.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And here today, I made a new outfit and everything. I made one with intentions of if you ever ask me to go robbing people.
That's it.
Okay. Rawr. Now I want to change the mask though, because I think you can understand why I picked this one.
I do.
It's also a really neat looking mask, though.
But
Hmm?
I said keep it. Don't let her ruin that for us.
Anyway, is it alright?
I love it.
Okay.
I have a jacket
No.
like that too, I think.
It's cozy.
Yeah, it is.
Chaps are kind of stupid, though.
Yeah, chaps are just dumb. I mean, the useful version of them, I guess not, but chaps for just walking around.
Yeah. Do you want a fist fight?
Alright, but you have to tell I can't. I'm too tired to pick you up. So if I knock you out, I'm leaving. Deal?
That's fine. Yeah.
No, not deal. No, just say. Just say when to stop hitting you. I don't have a bag. Do you have an extra bag?
Yeah.
I put it in this crate right here.
I mean, maybe it'll help you feel a little better at least.
Not hitting you. You're the one person I don't want to hit.
Yeah, but if I win, then you'll be impressed by my fighting skills.
I already am impressed by fight skills.
Probably not tonight, though. I'm sure I'll be a little slow.
All right.
All right.
Or here. I brought these with me so you could see me.
Oh my god. My little prison penguin.
I even got fighting gloves.
Oh, nice.
No, you ready?
I guess. You want to go first?
Probably getting hit for obviously.
What?
Yeah, hit me.
Me?
Hit me.
Ooh.
Now. Oh. Huh?
Oh, close. Okay. Okay. All right. How was that?
It was really good.
How close were you?
Like, would it be 1/8? Wait, no. There's like a good, like, 10% chance you were gonna knock me out. Does that make sense?
I guess, yeah. I think I could have gone a little bit longer, but I didn't want to risk it.
Yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
also took a lot of hits when I was backing away from the wall because I didn't want to accidentally hit your head again.
Oh yeah, I guess this isn't a good space
No,
for that.
no.
Yeah.
We get too close. We're gonna have
Mm-hmm.
the urge. Just use it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to fight me. I'm not in the mood.
Mm-hmm.
Very pissed off day.
I don't know how else to help you vent your frustrations, though.
You don't know what else?
Mm-mm.
You don't know one thing?
Shooting, maybe.
Hmm. Doing something.
Oh, I get it. I think I get it.
Yeah. You know, just got out of prison. It's been a long time. Haven't even seen a lady in years.
For a lifetime.
God, it felt like it.
I should have. Oh, I wish I had seen that green dye. I would have gone with that instead.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't like the outfit.
But you don't like mine?
I don't like this. What I'm wearing.
I like what you're wearing.
Really?
Yeah?
Oh.
What's wrong with it?
Oh, it just reminds me of somebody else. Especially
Okay.
with this on.
I don't know. I feel like there's probably quite a few people who dress like that, but I don't know.
This thing used to piss off Opie.
Why?
Said I had an attitude in the jacket. There's an attitude about me. Now, who knows?
Yeah, whatever. Fuck him.
Seriously. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He go fuck himself on our coat rack. It's about the perfect size for him and Jinx.
You d- okay. Okay, I understand the anger, but leave Jinx out of it.
No. She was there for all of this, by the way. She was standing right next to him when he went and spoke with her.
I'm just so disappointed.
Yeah.
Now I want to fight again. I'm very mad.
No, we gotta go to bed.
I
At least,
know, but I'm very
yeah.
mad.
I said I didn't want to be going past 4:20 a.m. and it's 5:30. We had one rule.
I agreed, thinking that I could just brush it off till tomorrow, but it didn't work.
No, because it's fucked up what happened, huh?
Yes, the context, it's so fucked.
Yes. Yeah.
I,
But
yeah, okay.
you talk to them, her, whatever you want. I'm not gonna ride her tomorrow. I'm sure because OP not being around, she's gonna write me and want to have that conversation. Maybe she's just still pissed off. Hopefully that's the case because it can be hard not to go to a telegram from her, but I don't want to.
Mm,
We'll see. Either way, you need to talk to her.
I will. Yeah. There's no resolution, is there?
I don't think so.
Mm-mm.
Even if they both apologize, it's gonna be so hard for me to understand, or for me to forgive what they allowed to be. Like they both were on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
They always are.
I don't think even Tiny Tony can fix this.
No.
No.
Try with Jinx. That's all we could do.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's relieve that frustration. Good night.
Hi.